These are some of the most intense creatures that you're ever gonna see, and I saved the best for last.
The superhero no one asked for. Super Bob to the rescue. Kinda looks like you went to the local dollar store and bought a whole bunch of things and then just super glued it all over his body. And what is this growing out of his ear? He has a resorbed twin. Let's watch him in action. Go, Super Bob, destroy the marauders. Oh jeez, I forgot he's got the hammer. Oh, wow, Super Bob is quite the superhero over here. He's just got random armor pieces thrown all about his body. I like Super Bob. He is my favorite. Oh no, he's so gross. He has the force. Oh no, Super Bob. Super Bob. Super Bob, we'll miss you. You guys, we need to have a serious talk. Someone thinks that this thing is Sonic. How on earth can anybody in their right mind think that this is Sonic? I'm gonna go with it's supposed to be a joke meme thing. That Sonic's looking a little bit better. Ho 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 ho! This Sonic is looking a little terrifying. Look at all those teeth in there. I think the best course of action is to have the various Sonics fight and see what happens. Let's start with the Derp Sonic, shall we? He just rolls, and he's got spikes. I downloaded that one as kind of a joke. Let's see what happens with the Super Sonic here that looks like a terrifying beast from the depths of Trevor Henderson's sick, twisted mind. Oh, jeez, he's so fast, he just flung himself right into the ground. I think he's just poking him with his razor claws. He doesn't really do anything else other than just poke them. Whoa! He's like a lightning bolt streaking across the sky. This Supersonic is definitely super and way cooler than the Nightmare one. Listen, I've seen things run fast, but I don't think I've ever quite seen anything move like this. Look at it go! I love this thing. To the next thing! Oh no. Why would someone make this? It's a Teletubby. This thing is sick and twisted looking. There's another one. And another. And another. Fear for your life, man. Run! Oh no. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. This is the epitome of like teaching kids to like, oh yeah, you're friendly bear. Give a bear a hug. Don't go near anything that looks like this thing that has a big giant smile printed on its face. Just run for your life. Oh no. He had claws on his fists. As I said last time, usually I wait till the end to show you the epic things, but no longer. Now I shall show you the epic things pretty much right away. As if the smaller version wasn't already big enough, this guy went and made an elder version of Pterodithus. Look at the size of this thing. Look at the puny little elephants in comparison. I like finding big giant dragon things. Now the question is, what all does he do? This thing boasted the largest mouth ever at one point. Oh, it's bad timing. Bad timing on your part. He's trying to get that elephant. Just give up. There's other ones. Oh, his big, giant, spiky claws of doom. He's trying to rope that one in that he sent flying. One lonely elephant remains. Never mind. Now, I thought I've seen pretty much everything in terms of epicness. And then I found this thing. Look at this epicness. He is a terrifying colossus. Arms of destruction. 4 of them with multiple spiky fingers. Not just one head, but 3 heads. And then whatever these things are. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna lay waste to all these guys in a matter of seconds. We've got lasers. Look at all these lasers. He's got him like underneath his chest. I didn't even see this under here. It's so epic that the 2 lasers on the top don't even need to fire. The game's strongest beasts versus this monstrosity. I'm pretty sure they pose no threat. Oh, and those things spin too. I don't think anything's gonna be able to actually take this thing out. We've tried raw strength. What about elemental dragons? Let's witness this chaos. Yep. We've all seen the turkey Now see the goose. I have invented a new game. It's called Watch Coward Cole Get Attacked by a Bunch of Geese. This is gonna be entertaining. I'm not too sure. They just fall over. They're like, forget it. I'm not even gonna try it. Oh, get out. Oh, jeez. This is about what happens when you encounter a goose in real life. Listen, there's nothing wrong with this. I'm just trying to be accurate to life over here. Oh yes, I've often thought when I think of Elmo, this is what I imagine in my mind. Well, Elmo, you're in for a world of hurt because today you face Bobby. Bobby, here is a nightmare. And there's a couple of them. Pretty sure that this battle is... Oh, Elmo fell over. Just to make this a little more interesting, I put in some more Bobbies. And let's see what happens here, okay? Oh! Elmo's got smoke bombs! I didn't think that... Look at that! Whee! I didn't expect Elmo to have smoke bombs. Look at him go! Don't tickle this thing. Bad things will happen. I mean like farting things, get it? I believe I can fly on a hamburger bear. I'm done. I said it once and I'll say it again. I'm not gonna learn with Bippy because it all looks like this. I'm very confused as to what these things are. Why would anybody want to learn with something like this? So I thought we should extinguish this nightmare juice and feed it to some T-Rexes. I'm done. Ah, yes, the famous banana eater. What is this? Is this from something? It looks terrifying. Did he eat so many bananas that he turned into a banana himself? Is that kind of what's going on? What is this thing flinging about here? What is happening? I don't know how that happened. I'm a little confused as to why these things are getting all stretchy like every episode. There's at least one thing that should give you nightmares.
Every time.
This is supposed to be Homer Simpson? Wait a minute, does he have donuts? I don't know if it's because it's at the end of the video or I'm just literally at a loss for words, but you know, I searched for a long time to try to find things that look derpy and then turn out to be way more derpy than I even imagined. Look at the things like trying to get it. He's like, that's my donut, give me my donut back. He was trying to literally pull it back from him. He's violent. Look, it literally looks like he's trying to protect his donut from these things. Give me back my donut, you jerks.
I just found one of the most unique creations that I've seen in this game. Today's video features a whole host of epic things. I have some really cool creations to show you today that I think you're gonna really like. But before we get into it, this clone here says to subscribe to the channel because only like 12% of you guys are actually subscribed, and also hit that like button. Not only did I find this epic creature that I'm gonna show you later, but I think I might have found one of the best mechanized robotic dragons I've found as well. Look at this thing. It's quite epic. I like the way it's designed, but I do have one question for you. Let me know in the comments below, which one do you like more? This new one I just found, my mecha ice dragon thing that I completely revamped from something someone else made. Look at this crazy thing. Yeah. Or this just simple kind of plated mechanized dragon that I also revamped. Now, I've created a pretty massive army, one that's so large that my game is starting to lag, because I'm pretty sure that this dragon is going to quickly eliminate all of these things. Let's watch, shall we? He's got MGs, he's got missiles, he's got zappy things. He is getting attacked here. Let's see what happens. He also has rockets underneath. Oh, it is absolutely chaotic. Oh, when you can send a Bronto flying, you know that things are getting crazy. So I'm pretty sure this thing might be probably the best mech robot dragon that I've found by far. Yep, everything's dead. When I first started finding things for today's video, I was looking at these epic kaijus that you found in like Pacific Rim and stuff. Not only did I find some things from like Pacific Rim, some epic kaiju looking things, but I also began to find all kinds of other things that I really liked. And I think this one is actually something, it's called Otachi. And as you can see, he's got himself a nice little spiky claw thing back here. He's got some spiky spikes down here, and he has this amazing mouth that I hope eats something, but let's find out. Oh yeah, he moves kind of well. Here we go. You guys are about to die. Oh, he's zapping things too. Look at that, he's got him on his claw finger thingies. Yeah, so his little front hand claw thingies are pretty deadly. And that face laser he's got going on is just wiping everything out. Face laser. I think for next Christmas, I'm gonna ask for a face laser. Now this next unit is not the main thing for today's video, but it is really epic. The cool thing about this next one is that it's not really made by somebody who I've seen before make epic things like this. Usually most of the big epic things are made by a handful of people, but this thing is insanely cool and can fit right in with some of those epic creations. This is Titanus Tiger Shark. When I was looking for sharks for my other video from Hungry Shark World, I found this thing and it didn't quite fit in with that, but I thought it'll fit in with this video. He has like a dog shark looking head thing over here going on. He's got big giant bladed fin things. I'm not too sure what these are. And then he's got this awesome big giant split club tail looking thing. Let's watch as he absolutely devours everything. Oh, and he's got lasers. Oh, and he's got rockets. Rockets coming out the side of his hands. Yeah, so when you get creations that are this big, you really can't like do anything against them. They just win easily. Also, I have a bunch of units that aren't even fighting. You guys, comment below. Do you agree with me? I know that this game might be coming to an end in terms of updates because there hasn't really been one for a long time, and he said that there won't be any more land ones. But do you agree with me that we need tanks and modern things? Yeah, everything's dying. It's pretty much over for all you little creatures. Now, I know we have like, you know, Sue and Commander Bo and Rocky, but can you really call, other than Commander Bo, can you really call those other ones modern units? We need like a whole army of modern things going on here. Now here's the next question I have for you. You can also comment about. I have this epic thing that someone made for me a long time ago. It's called the Intact Kraken. But we need to answer a question. Is this the best Kraken that looks like this? Or is it the water beast one that I found? Or is it this epic one that I showed you last time? Look at this Kraken. Which one of these is the best looking in your mind? Now clearly I'm a little biased, but I also think it is the best looking one. However, let's watch and see which one actually performs better. Well, I have, let's just say that's mine, has insane lasers. The other two do not. And mine's probably going to destroy everything all by itself. One has missiles, which is kind of weird. Why does that one have missiles? And this one just kind of has tentacles going on over here, which is also, you know, working better, I think, than mine does. Mine doesn't even really move tentacle-wise. I think, honestly, in terms of like what it actually should be doing, this thing probably works the best. And really, the water beast, he doesn't really have any spiky spike things going on. I mean, no, he does, but would they actually do anything? I don't know. He does have missiles though, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But then again, neither do lasers coming out of your eyeballs over here on this one. This one, I think, is probably the most Kraken-esque. So if we were gonna go off of just what it means to be a Kraken, I'd go for this one. But clearly, for looks, I gotta go with this one. Here you go. This is probably one of the most memorable kaijus that there is, I think. Knife head. Look at that thing. It's a big, gigantic, weird nose thing. He's got lots of spiky spikes going on over here. And I'm pretty sure all these hill giants are about to die very quickly. What's all that yellow stuff on it? Is that supposed to be like seaweed or something? No, it's like coming out of this thing on his back. I have no idea. But he's got little baby hands and stuff all over the place that are also attacking. Slap him with your little baby hands. Oh, yep. They're all gone. There's the last one. Just got skewered. What do they eat? You would think that the kaijus would just eat all the people. But I don't know. What do they feed on? Probably they just feed on radiation, don't they? I don't know. What do they feed on? Now, I'm sure you all remember Carrier, which I think is probably the most unique creature that I've seen in this game, simply because it's like an aircraft carrier, but then it also has a really epic looking head. Well, this is made by a specific individual, and he makes some of the most amazing big gigantic things that are out there. Well, he just made another epic creature that's based off of something. I don't know what it is. You can see it and you're like, wow, yeah, this guy did a good job. It's called Shin Spino. Here it is. Look at this insane thing. It's so cool. The reason why I think it looks so unique is this mouth. Now, normally I like the idea of mouths opening and closing and chomping things up, but this one I think is supposed to stay permanently open to replicate what this thing is inspired off of. And once you see it happen, you'll know exactly why it looks the way it does. Let's just go ahead and throw in a whole bunch of T-Rexes, a couple Spinos, a couple Allosaurus. Let's get some Carnos over here. We want to see it turn. We'll get a couple more T-Rexes to try to surround it. Things are getting a little bit of lag going on here. We just want a whole bunch of creatures so that way this thing can really shine. Alright, here we go. Let's watch it destroy everything. So its mouth does not close, but it has a big giant epic laser that absolutely destroys everything. He also has spiky hand things, so I think they're gonna work. That was the concern that's the thing I wondered about. The laser right there, it doesn't really shoot down, but now it's just gonna kick and kind of spike everything. But I'll show you the image of this thing and you can see why he made it this way and how it actually looks extremely in Arb's fashion, similar to what it's inspired off of. Now, while it might not be one of the greatest fighters that there is, simply because of the way it kind of works, it is definitely one of the best looking ones and unique in terms of like what it actually represents. And then also, I just have to admire the absolute artwork and dedication that this individual does to make these epic creatures. I'm just utterly blown away because I could never do this. It's just so perfect and really good.
It's time to upgrade the dragon. This is a game called How Far Can We Launch This Guy? Turns out pretty far. These guys are going to attack a heavily fortified fortress. Behold! What is this? There's this guy up here with a giant mustache, as well as a large weapon. This is apparently some kind of watchtower of sorts, and we're gonna watch as these guys attack it. Oh, I don't think they're gonna get very close. This is quite the... That's quite the defense. Punching bags with spikes on it. Oh man, did you imagine that? Surprisingly surviving this for quite a long time. Look at the eyes actually move. The units, look at that, it's creepy. Here's a really sweet looking dragon called Longinus. This person took a ton of time to armor up even his underside. Let's watch as he lights up everything. Did he just destroy everything in one slash? Let's watch that again, shall we? In instant replay. This time in slow-mo. He doesn't even hit half the things, and they just all die. Wow, look at this thing. It's called the cockatrice, and it's a big giant bird with sharp giant teeth and spiky claws. I thought it'd be a good test for him to face these things because, you know, they also too have big giant spiky claws, and he immediately is getting destroyed. Perhaps he needs some people to attack. Let's do an army of skeletons instead. That seems like a better idea. Wow! He died. For a while, I've been saying, I wish there was water. This map kind of looks like water. It'd be perfect for a gigantic aircraft carrier of doom. Oh, it flies. But man, this thing sure is sweet. There's somehow weapons just popping up out of the ground there. There's a lot of detail that went into this thing. Oh, detail, yes, look at this. A door for amphibious assault. That's quite amazing. There's nothing quite like arm propellers. Here's a big giant plane. Here's a bunch of hoop-throwing monkeys. There they go. And they're all destroyed. I don't know why I thought that'd be a good idea. It's got all the boosters up underneath in the middle. Aircraft carrier meet giant plane. I gotta say, that's a new technique. Just straight up push it clean off the edge. Oh, I forgot that thing too flies, but I think it's doomed. Yes, it's doomed. That's a lot of parts. Back to the ground we go with a bunch of sandal-wearing, weird-faced buff dudes. And they're gonna fight against this thing, which... I don't know why. Okay, he's got laser... Oh! What was that? Let's watch that again, shall we? Come closer, my children. Come closer. I guess like I'm done. Whoa! That dude attacked with his booty. This thing looks pretty cool. It kind of has like a Cheshire cat feel to it. There is only one warrior capable of defeating this monster. His name is Sir Baconstein. And today, we have cloned him 100 times over to attack this giant green monster. I don't know how this is gonna go. I think I do know. But we're gonna try it and see what happens. Go, Baconstein army. I'm just hungry for bacon. All I want these days is a big, giant, juicy, medium rare bacon cheeseburger wrapped in bacon 5 times over, covered with barbecue sauce and jalapeno al jule sauce or whatever the heck that stuff's called, with fried jalapenos on it. I am the king of the Baconstein pile. I really wonder if you just lasered a pig, if it would smell like bacon. Like a high intensity laser right on a pig. What would occur? This is a sad sight to see. Actually, really weird things are happening with the hats right now. Well, it's all over. Seriously, what's happening with these hats? Whoa! What an epic unit! This is Alpha King Titan. Look at those fingers. Look at his kneecaps. I'm just joking. This is one of the coolest units I've seen in a while. Here's what he does. Does he actually fight? Does he have lasers? What does he do? How can you make something so epic and he literally doesn't do anything? The praying mantises are like doing some kind of ritual dance or something. Oh, I see what he does. He just shanks everything with his gigantic feet. I mean, I'm like half disappointed that he doesn't have lasers, but I'm also kind of grateful. You ever notice when like big giant units start, the match is over and they start walking around, they kind of start falling backwards like they're Jackie Chan doing drunken fighting or something. Look, there he goes. He's gonna fall off the edge. If you don't have any like actual guns and you're just an ordinary guy and you see a big giant dragon, I do not recommend bringing a big giant little league slugger bat to the battle. Just hide. Well, here's the mecha dragon. Look at this thing. It looks really sweet. I would have mechified this even more. Perhaps I should. There we go. That's a little better. And it only took me about 20 minutes. But obviously I'm building upon somebody else's work. I have made it more mechified though, which I don't think that's a word, but he still flies. I am so happy that he still actually flies because I was not confident in what was about to happen. And there we go. He got them all. Hey, he didn't derp out when he landed again. And when it started back up, that's always great. Unfortunately, I got rid of that Robo Dragon, but I do have this. And so let's just see what happens here. I think this is, yeah, I kind of figured that was gonna happen. I'm pretty sure this is some kind of gigantic mecha whale. It sure does look like a whale. It even has a tail fin like a whale. Let's watch this giant thing fly. Does it actually get off the ground? It doesn't. Oh, it's slowly getting up. Prehistoric whale with gigantic sharp teeth. It doesn't really fly very well. It's just so fat. Well, here's an aquatic based land thing. The dude said it like was spotted attacking ships in 1495, but perhaps they were just little tiny boats and they got a little too close to Florida. And there's a gigantic alligator down there. Gators in America. In Americas. Wow. This is a pretty intense battle here. It's like two sumos just slapping each other in the belly. Seriously, the one's just shooting the other with MGs. Maybe not, though. And then he's trying to rocket it, but he's rocketing himself. I think it's safe to say we need to end this battle. Let's try this instead. The Terror Tyrant. Oh, I forgot he's got a laser. Versus this thing. I just want to see him bite one time. Open up! Open your mouth and do something. This is like the laziest creature I've ever seen in my life. I'm very disappointed in this thing. I thought it was going to be pretty epic, but he just kind of lays there. Good news for us is that we have this Volcanosaurus thing, who's just got fire and big giant rocks all over it. Looks pretty awesome, actually. And he's going to fight the Crimson Vortex, but he's been nerfed significantly. And I'm assuming this is the Earth. This is Mars, maybe? And is that Venus or something? Perhaps he's supposed to be so large that he's got those around his neck. Is he some kind of cosmic being? Is that what that's supposed to represent? Wow! The Volcanosaurus is insane. He is just spewing out lava all over his face. That is pretty epic, actually. I'm glad I saved this guy for last, because I thought he was gonna be like super OP, but it turns. Look at the fire just coming out of him. That is a really cool effect. I like it a lot. But he's not. Neither of them are dying. Oh, I spoke literally 1 second too soon. The Volcanosaurus, this big, fat, giant thing, can barely move. Oh, he's barely been touched. What is making that ruckus? He's a pretty cool creation, this thing. Today we watch as this brand new beast evolves into this monstrosity. It's a brand new year, so you know what that means. It's time to find new derpy creations like this thing. You guys, I don't know who's making these things, but at least this one has some legs, kind of. He's like a big giant buff dude, and then something weird happens down here. And if that didn't satisfy your appetite for weirdness, there's also this guy. This is what I love about this game. You get to find some creations that have Resorb Twins arms for legs. Watch this epic battle. The buffalo are going at it. These guys are quite entertaining. Look at the little legs twitch and flail around as they try to kick each other. Oh no, that guy died. I wonder what would happen if we look at him strut away. What the heck? You know what I want to see? I want to see just this guy with his little legs fight. Oh, what happened to his leg? Oh, there it is. Anyway, I'd love to see them fight without those buffalo, but I don't think we're going to get that opportunity. I may or may not have tried to make him, and it didn't turn out so well. Do you happen to know what a pig's worst enemy is? A cat. And not just any old cat. This cat. Somebody says this is a cat. I basically find all the things that normal people wouldn't play with, and then I play with them, and that's how I discover these epic things. Get a pig! Oh, it turns out it was just a pig all along underneath there. You know what I find quite disturbing? Is when people take an old kid's play toy and turn it into a nightmare. Like this, Kissy Wissy. Oh, look at it, she looks so happy. But I'm quite certain that it's gonna turn out pretty poorly for these soldiers over here. Ready? Oh no! They're still fighting as they are literally jabbed in the middle there. Now it's time to find out if this epic, unique creation can destroy this amazing looking stag beetle thing. I have to think that it's not gonna happen. Big, giant, mechanized. Oh! So, this might be a poor matchup. Whoops. You'll see more of the stag beetle in a second, but first we have to watch as this giant ballista destroys this army. The question I have is, does the arrow bolt change, or is it a small one? Oh no, it's big. He dodged that somehow? What is this, Neo? Oh, that guy didn't dodge it. Oh my goodness. Hey man, you got some kind of problem here. There's something going through your body. Let's watch this again in slow motion. Here he goes. Is he gonna dodge it again? Shoom! Oh, he got 2 of them with 1 hit. They're still alive somehow after that. A giant Spartan army versus this terrifying creature. Oh, he's got tons of little harpoons on his hands. That's a lot of... Let me get out of here for a second because things are about to get crazy over here. Yeah, okay, whoa. See you later, guys. It's safe to say an army of this size is not capable, literally of this size, is not capable of defeating this gigantic monster. Ladies and gentlemen, this epic stag beetle is gonna fight off against some modern weaponized humans to see if they are able to defeat this thing. Something tells me no, it's literally dropping missiles out as it flies by. Oh, and look at it walk along the ground. Yeah, it's safe to say that your weapons aren't very capable, and when it's facing a big giant robot futuristic stag beetle of doom. Have you ever thought to ask yourself what's the most terrifying sea creature? Well, you might think some gigantic kraken is. You'd be wrong. How about the Leviathan tentacle bone monster? What is this thing, and where did it come from? Hades, that's where. Does this thing move? Is it gonna move? It's gonna get there. Things are about to get crazy. Let's see. Oh no! It's being eaten and poked by literally everything that there is. Yeah, okay. Even though ordinary things would get destroyed by an army like this, I have a feeling that we're about to have some fish kebabs here in a second. And before everything's dead. Oh man, there's a good chance they might actually win this battle because there's so many of them, but there's also lots of tentacles. It's like an orca graveyard. Yep, I was right. Everything died. You know what this game needs? This game needs to go beyond 5 times. We need 10 times, maybe 20 times, maybe 100 times. I want to break the game. Anyway, thought it would be cool to show you what it looks like when you have a 1-time mosasaurus versus a 2-time, 3, 4, and 5. As you can see, why it would be epic to have things bigger than 5 times, I think it's pretty obvious. Anyway, someone took this thing and they upgraded it into an absolute monster. And perhaps you've seen it, but if you haven't, see it now. This is the Reaper Leviathan, which I knew what it was, but I couldn't place where it was from last time, and everyone was like, who's from Subnautica, man? I'm like, oh yeah, right. Okay, so anyway, this is the Reaper Leviathan, and it is freaking awesome. This is something called Shenzhou something or other, and it looks pretty crazy. I'm quite certain it probably will utterly destroy this thing. Just give it enough time, and oh, it's got its claw in its mouth. Look at it looking below its body for a weak spot. Although, this is kind of what happens when you take a large giant creature. You just kind of derp around like this. Fight, man, you can do it. This looks like Thanos' like goldfish. If Thanos had a pet fish, that's what it would look like right there. All right, enough of this derp fest. If he has a hard time attacking smaller things, perhaps we should give him something larger to fight. You guys remember this thing? Yeah, things are about to get crazy underneath the ocean here. Oh, I forgot it's got a laser. Oh no, but somehow the Reaper Leviathan withstood that blast. Pretty sure it might have infinite HP. But will it even matter if it can't even get close? Hey, can you stop doing that for a second? Let him get close to you, you big thing. Yeah, I did it. It's up here. Sweet. Like it didn't even matter. Maybe I gotta get it underneath its belly. Now it's gonna get him. Oh, never mind. He's trying to bite him. And he's still lasering him. I think they pretty much can't die. And so this battle could go on forever. But look, the Reaper Leviathan has learned his lesson and he's up underneath, staying away from its mouth. Very smart move there, Reaper. It's safe to say this battle is going to rage on for a long time because neither of them have taken hardly any damage. Although it looks as though the Reaper would eventually lose. And I'm not going to wait around to find out. Yeah, Goro Army, you're all going to die. What is this thing? Look at it. I should have saved this for the end. So yeah, when I first saw it, as you can see by the tiny little thumbnail down there, I thought this thing was tiny, but it turned out to be a gigantic creature. And I'm not too sure what it does, but look, this looks very welcoming. Let's go inside, shall we? Oh, just a big giant pit of destruction. Let's see what it does, shall we? What's this thing do? Obviously gonna spike everything, but does it do anything else? It's got a laser in its mouth, I think. Hidden up in there somewhere. Oh, I see it. It's literally gigantic. I think your Tonto's swollen, you big monster. Guess what? He didn't even have to use his spiky things or his laser. He literally just kicked them, and they all died. I know how I can improve this thing. Clearly it has a problem back up underneath here, so we should go ahead and grab ourselves some of these boosters here and make them do some lifting, shall we? And so I think we go ahead and do that right there. Okay. Well, guess what? My boosters are doing literally nothing, and Goro is flying through the air.
And a new dragon breed was born. You know that widely popular thing that went around for a while? Squid Game? Well, here's the doll, okay? This is the doll. Look at it. Me, our tracksuit wearing contestants over here. They are going to potentially try to get to the doll to win the game. But in this game, nobody gets more than 2 feet because they all get lasered in the face. It's actually kind of surprising the doll doesn't actually move all too much. That guy's like, oh crap, just play dead. They actually made it up to the doll, but nobody told them that they have these little styrofoam baseball bats, wiffle ball bats, whatever you want to say. Oh, if it's not bad enough, he grabbed that one by the mullet. Something happened to that guy's legs. That's kind of like the default stance they get in. It's like they're at a 5th grade dance and they're trying to do the worm or something. Yeah, anyway, let's just say nobody made it. You know what a herd of elephants' worst nightmare is? Oh, whatever this thing is. I thought it was some kind of like spinning helicopter thing, but nope. It just turns out to be an absolute elephant slaughter machine. I mean, what is this thing gonna face that it needs all this firepower? This is how you make the elephant population go extinct in a matter of seconds. Oh my goodness, it's actually an amazing looking creation. I just don't know why. Look, it killed them all so fast, they're still standing. You might have tons and tons of weapons, but the real question is, can you beat this guy? You remember our good buddy there, Master Robot over here. If everything goes according... Nope, that's a bush. If everything goes according to plan, he's gonna die instantly. No way. We have a new epic creation who can defeat this thing, which is totally surprising, and it looks amazing. Can you believe it that somebody the other day said they hated Bobby? This is Bobby. How can anybody hate Bobby? Anyway, Bobby's sad, and so he called his dada to come and help him. Meet Bobby's dad. I made a big bobbin. I don't think I ever realized that there's like armpit hair here. This looks like an image of somebody's actual arm. I don't know what's worse, that it's somebody's actual image of their arm, or the fact that it looks like this individual shaved their pits in their arms. This is a man's arm and it has no hair. I've just realized that, and it's really weird. Anyway, let's watch him fight a praying mantis, because why not? You don't mess with the wrong data there, praying mantis. Look at how big it is. Oh, it's galloping in with his punch abilities. Dude, did Bobby's dad just die? Bobby's dad's dead. Like Bobby can expect to live through this? He's just a baby. No. Oh, Bobby's hidden. Oh, never mind. Bobby's dead. So violent. Look at him. You see him twitch his head like, you talking to me? Hey, look, I made Crumb. Isn't that thing's name? What is that show called? Our Real Monsters or whatever? I made that thing. You guys, I literally can't believe I remembered any of that just then. I think this will be enjoyable. I think, didn't he have like a body of a human and arms and stuff? The arms are backward, which makes it even more awesome. Yeah, I get him.
Oh, he picked him up. I was gonna say it's not very effective, but then I realized he's probably gonna fling him in the air, and sure enough, he did. He's gonna catch that guy. Oh, he almost caught him. Sometimes I make the most amazing things when I'm not trying. Okay, I need you to comment. You need to make a name for this thing because I don't know what to call it. I made another creature, and I swear I'll get into the actual good stuff of the video. Here he is. Look at him, isn't he cute? And you might be like, where's his weapons at? Well, you see, he's got these two little tiny jagged toenails down here. He's gonna mess somebody up with, and so let's see what he does. Can you actually fight and win, please? That would be epic. He just poked that guy. He stabbed him with his toenail. He got him. He got him. He won. He's amazing. He's my best creation yet. I'm sure you all remember Gigalodon. Well, let me introduce you to his brother. It's the Godzilla Mosasaurus. Look at that thing. It's epic looking. He's way longer, I think, and he's got that sweet looking fin. It's got all the spiky spikes and then an epic mouth that I really hope works better than this one. There's only one way to find out. Start the battle. He's got a laser, which was clear. He's a lot slower moving. Does he actually try to bite and eat things though? That's not a Mosasaurus. That's a great white shark. This is some kind of imposter. As I was saying, none of the aquatic animals seem to want to actually bite anything. They just like to swim into each other and have a little derp fest. Could you imagine this sight and something being attacked by all of this? Forget about it. There it goes as it plummets to oblivion, and for whatever reason, this great white shark is just like floating through the water. Anyway, there it goes. Bye! Have a great time down there in the abyss. When I first saw this thing, I thought, man, that's gonna be the main thing of a video. But then I found something even more epic than this. This is called Incinerator, and it's got a bunch of arms, lots of eyes, and a big epic looking mouth that's just tearing apart all these Goro. And it's got harpoons. Wow, the Goros literally stopped dead in their track. Oh, it's got multiple lasers? And it's got multiple arms. I didn't even see those little things hanging off his arms. They're like some kind of weird mutation where he grew a growth and then a laser popped out of nowhere. Kind of looks like a weird gargantuan, gross looking T-Rex like thing with little tiny baby arms and big legs. Speaking of little baby something or others, I'm not entirely sure if these are made by the same person or what, but somebody likes to make things with big giant legs and a lot of junk in the trunk, and then something weird happens up here. I don't even know what is all this stuff. It's got like weird little arms, some kind of like half robot arm thing, and then this little tiny head. Like something doesn't seem right over here. Anyway, this is just wrong. This guy's got a lot of junk in the trunk, not a lot going on in the brain department. Perhaps you all remember Oridente, the most amazing looking dragon that I've seen so far in this game, with such an epic looking face and jaw and mouth and hook looking thing. It is so unbelievably cool. Well, I found a new dragon. He is gargantuan, and perhaps you know his son, Pterodithus. This is the Elder Pterodithus, and this thing is insanely amazing looking, with a giant tail and a big fin thing. And as you can see back here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 egg sacs. Soon there will be more babies probably, and big old gigantic. It's ditched the wings, changed into big claws. They terrorized his foes. He grew multiple new arms and has adapted into a gigantic new face and mouth, which is bigger than most things in this game, and we're gonna watch it destroy that thing. They've come face to face. Who will be victorious in this battle? Oh, I'm gonna assume the one with the massive mouth that's just utterly consuming the thing. It has a laser though, so it could go either way. Who has the stronger laser? That's the real question. Oh, the Elder Pterodithis goes down. Wow, I really wonder what YouTube's captioning that as. Everybody comment whatever it's captioning. Turn captions on and see what YouTube came up with. Because, you know, they're always fun. Wow, it's still raining parts from that thing. He's so much smaller than him, but he's so much more terrifying, apparently. Powerful. Power in the laser. Oh, he's being pinned down, but unless he can stop the mouth, there's no hope for the Elder Pterodithis. And it's still hitting with that laser, too. And unfortunately, the Elder's so large that it can't even hit him. Yeah, look at that. Well, one thing's for sure. It definitely is really cool. I kind of like it with the wings. I wish there was wings like that on this thing. And just because you're the biggest doesn't mean you're necessarily the strongest, apparently. I have to imagine they're pretty close. Let's see. Yeah, they've got to be fairly close. Oh, look at that. He's actually stronger than Orodente. But because of the fact that it's so much larger and it must not be hitting with his laser all the time, he's losing. So, yeah. Bigger isn't always better.
Oh, wait until you see this thing. This might be one of the best creations yet. Usually in my videos, I like to feature something funny right away. But today, we're doing something a little different. Today's video features pretty much nothing but epic things. And today, we start with this thing that looks like basically a Titan from Attack on Titan if there was a water version. It's a new Leviathan that has emerged from the depths. It's called the Bone Leviathan. And it looks awesome. Let us watch as it destroys these hill giants. Now I have to imagine. I was gonna say I have to imagine there's gonna be a lot of poking going on, but then for some reason I totally forgot that it has a big giant mouth that's gonna try to eat people with. I can't tell if it's got this. Got him in his mouth though. It's just spiked on. He's just flying away with that guy. Oh, there it goes. It's got like all of its spikes just latched onto these things. I would like to see it fly up in the air with all three of them attached. Come on, man, lift him up. You can do it. Get him up there. Nope. He got them all, but he didn't fly away with them. And oh, he actually had some damage taken off. Ancient hipster man, today you meet a foe the likes of which you probably have never fought. He is a legend, a fierce fighter, a bounty hunter. His name, Boba Fett. Anybody watching Boba Fett right now yearn for the Mandalorian even more? This is actually a pretty good representation of Boba Fett. Look at his backpack over here and his little thing up there. I mean, this is pretty good. I'm just now realizing I don't actually think oh, never mind. He does have a gun. It just popped out of nowhere and he's flying through the air, flipping his missiles. That was way cooler than I thought it was going to be. Because at first I looked at him and I realized, oh, he doesn't have any like weapons or anything, but then I didn't see the MG that was hiding in there, and I definitely didn't expect him to do what he did. Let's watch that again, but this time we're gonna watch from afar. So he just like launches his missile. For some reason he does like a flip through the air. I don't know why, but it's so sweet. And then he just hovers around like Boba Fett do. But seriously though, is anybody watching Boba Fett just wishing that there were like 8 seasons of The Mandalorian? Let me introduce you, massive army, to a gigantic unit so large that it almost doesn't fit on the largest map there is. This thing is called Battleship Halberd. Oh my goodness. Look at this insane creation. It's got these epic massive wings. It's got epic command tower looking thing. Huge gigantic guns mounted pretty much everywhere. Whatever this thing is, look at the sheer size comparison. There's no army in the planet that can actually deal with this thing. No way. This is otherworldly epic. Wow.
Look at the size of this monster. You know what this thing reminds me of? Harlock, the Arcadia. Has somebody made the Arcadia? Because if not, they need to make that thing. When I saw this next creation, I nearly lost my mind. This thing has this epic, awesome head up here. But it's not really a head. It's a stinger. Look at this insane biomechanical scorpion thing. I think it's made by the same guy who made that other biomech thing that we played with the last time. Either way, this thing is nightmarish, and there's no earthly way this thing could lose. It's kind of unfortunate though. I might need to choose some different units for it to face. Why, might you ask, do I need to do that? So we can watch its tail head thing actually bite things. Will it actually attack? Or is it just like a static object? Oh no, is it static? It looks like it might be a static object. No, I don't know actually. Oh, there it goes. So yeah, no, it still spikes like the scorpion tail does, but it has a mouth associated with it. Wow, this thing is derping out like crazy. The Brontos are pushing it off the edge. No, it's like flying through the air. It bit onto its head. It does have hover boosters, so there's not really any way for it to fly off, I guess. But and also this thing right here in the middle, that thing spins. Oh, it's got its head right in this little tail mouth thing. Oh, I think that's GG. It won. Flying scorpions. Let's pray that never happens. When I saw this next thing, I thought, man, that thing looks epic and it's gonna be huge. But then you realize that its name, Antlion, is true to its form. Even though it's tiny, it sure does look epic. It's actually like a new form of bug. It kind of looks like a face hugger. Alright, Bold Billy, let's see how bold you are. I'm gonna assume that this thing's gonna win. There's lots of spikes all over it. Yep, so far so good. Spiking everything. Bold Billy's trying to push it, but man, that thing's got its little spiky spikes just sunk into everything. Actually, I don't quite know how it's staying upright because at one point all of the legs were like stuck into them, and so it was somehow I don't know, levitating. Needless to say, little tiny epic bugs, actually human-sized bugs, would be terrifying and are terrifying. Here is an epic giant army of T-Rexes, Mosasaurs, and squids, because why not? They're fighting against a gigantic, massive beast named Cathadri. He is in the realm of massive kaijus with 6 gigantic, spiky arms of doom. He is a massive, massive beast, and I can't wait to see what happens. I'm glad I got their lasers. I'm glad I got Mosasaurs just so they would fly up. Eat those things! Oh, he just lasered all of them. Oh, he's got little zappy lasers somewhere. Well, needless to say, that's about what I expected to happen, but I thought that they would at least get close to his mouth so that he could eat them. Where are those lasers? Oh, there they are. I'm gonna take those off. Now we'll see what happens. I didn't think that removing little zappy lasers would be such a difficult task, but it turns out when there's little micro movements, I'm not a surgeon, okay? I would have problems operating on people, okay? But I should not be operating on anybody. That thought should never... Look at that. Goodbye, whatever you are, T-Rex, I think. Thing's just flying away. Let's put him against another Titan. How about Orodiente? I don't know who's going to win this battle because his face is in the ground all the time, but he's like my favorite one, so we'll see what happens. I think he might win. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's got missiles and everything. He doesn't have the support as the other ones have. Look at the sheer size difference, though, of them. Yeah, I knew it was going to happen. Did you see the sheer size difference between Cathadri or whatever it's called and this guy? I mean, it's a massive difference. Today you witnessed probably the best epically large creation that I have seen. I think it might be the first of its kind in terms of what it is and what happened to it. This gigantic beast is called the Carrier. And you might ask, well, why is it called the Carrier? Well, you'll notice that it's made of metal. Large giant metal plates that used to be an aircraft carrier. Look at how epic this thing is. It is so creative. It's like a morph, I don't know what you, transformer-esque looking thing, but it actually has weapons and stuff still from its original aircraft carrier form. But look at the sheer size of this thing, and then I love the design of the head. It's so, like, you know, straight, and I don't know, it's just epic. And today we watch, oh, it's got lasers, oh, and it's trying to eat him. I like it, and it's got a big mouth. Isn't this thing? Isn't this an actual, like, MonsterVerse creature? The one thing that I'm really liking, people are figuring out how to make these gigantic creatures move really well with these, like, secondary arms, which I wish we could put, like, I wish they made all kinds of different versions of arms so we can have really cool stuff. But anyway, it moves really well and it looks so incredibly cool. Let's just, I think it's called the Saratoga. Let's just say that the Saratoga aircraft carrier in the MonsterVerse, King Kong and Godzilla actually transformed and morphed into this big gigantic thing. But how powerful is it, and can it withstand some of the other MonsterVerse giant kaiju creations? Let us first have it fight the colossal anthropod and see if it's able to defeat this thing. I hope that it does. I don't know for sure, but we'll find out. So far, the anthropod has only shot a couple laser shots at it while it's getting pelted by gigantic laser beams and MGs and all kinds of other epic things. Talk about an epic scene right here. Who's gonna win this battle? I have no idea. I don't know how this is gonna... What is happening with its head? Its, like, neck is looping backwards or something. Come on! Somebody win this battle already. Oh, it's starting to lag as if something's gonna happen. There it goes. Oh, the colossal anthropod goes down. Well, guys, the epic carrier. Let me know what you think of this gigantic beast. Which of the, you know, you guys have probably seen all kinds of epic creations in my videos. Which is your favorite? Just curious. If you remember any of the names of them or you know any of those names, comment below which one's your favorite. Anyway, hopefully you're having a great day. Thanks for stopping by. Click one of the 2 videos that you're about to see. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. I'll see you guys next time.